Operator, I've run diagnostic regressions. All systems nominal. You don't need to thank me.
Ghost Recon Wildlands. Basically, the great value version of Metal Gear Solid 5. Now, there's some bits and gripes about this game I have, but although I really do enjoy it, it does have its problems. And as you can see in the background, I'm running through some gameplay of a few missions here and there. I mean, all in all, this game had me invested a lot this past weekend. I sat down Friday, I hopped on, and basically this kept me at my controller until I had to go to bed for school Sunday night. Like, I was hooked on this game. I think it was the only game I really played, and all in all, it's pretty great. Basically, you're a member of a small team of these people known as Ghosts. The Ghosts mission is in Bolivia, where you are taking down the Santa Blanca drug cartel. And in order to do this, you have to take down all these different small bosses of them, known as buchones. Then you go after the underbosses for each head, such as smuggling, production, influence, and propaganda, I think? No, I'm probably wrong with that, but you take down all those underbosses, then you take down the heads. And then you go for Big Papa El Sueño, the man behind it all, the religious nut, the bald guy, the Dr. Evil to our Austin Powers. Now, one thing this game really does right is it basically takes what the Division and what it should have been together, and it's pretty good, pretty interesting. The map of Bolivia is huge. You got all these different areas. Like right now, we're in the Salt Flats. We are in the Salt Flats in the northwestern half of the map. It's in the province of Kauai. Basically, the boss here is Boston Reed, who is on the security part of El Sueño's team. Okay, so right here we are interrogating this guy to figure out Boston Reed's location and where he is. And here we are actually going to the location where we're going to get to fight Boston Reed. Now, one of the biggest things about this game that I really enjoy is it has an approach. So that way you can go loud, you can go silent, you can blow everything up. It doesn't matter. It's just as long as you get the job done. And that's something that really kind of impresses me. Like here, I try to be sneaky as much as I can, but that doesn't always work out. See, eventually I'm going to get caught and I'm going to get shot. I know that, but I'm ready for it. And now let's go about to my little gripes about this game. Personally, I feel they kind of rushed to get it out and they don't have enough content in this game. Like, after a good solid weekend of play, I am more than halfway done with the game, believe it or not. I've kind of shot through. Then again, that's what happens when you kind of go full addict and you rush through things. But I didn't really quite rush through it either compared to what I normally do. I actually sat and I scavenged around. I looked for weapons. I did this, I did that. I even hung out with friends and kind of chilled out a little bit, took things less seriously. And still I find myself more than halfway done with the game. And honestly, in the way you can take this game, it can either be really easy with some really good planning, or it can turn into a massive storm of get ready, prepare your butthole, because it's going in dry. And that's what really makes it fun for me, is the fact that depending on what happens, it's going to throw you for a loop. And you're not going to know what you're going to do, because things change really quickly. Like, 1 minute, you're sitting there, you're in drone mode, all of a sudden you're kicked out of it, and you're just put into a massive storm of just straight and utter destruction. You're getting gunned down by cartel members and the government all at once, and you were just in your drone a second ago. And honestly, that's really fun. I do enjoy that as well, but Also, a little bit of a gripe for me as well. It would have to be your vehicle system. Vehicle system in the game. Although there are plenty of nice, different, unique vehicles. Like you see all these different kind of Baja vehicles that the cartel have. You see all these different kind of military vehicles that the cartel and the Unidad have. You see all these different civilian vehicles as well. Some reminiscent to vehicles we see nowadays, kind of like the truck you're looking at right there with just a little gun emplacement. And then you have aerial vehicles as well. The main vehicle, the handling model, in my opinion, is the worst thing about the vehicles in this game. Personally, I find the handling model on nearly every vehicle, besides your plane and your dirt bike, is pretty wonky. It is pretty wonky. I can't lie. And then it's just kind of, it does feel a bit weird when you're in a vehicle with 8 wheels on tarmac, just swerving left and right between lanes because you can't control it. Same thing with like a minivan. You're like losing control. It doesn't quite turn right, but it's not really, the game's not really about vehicle-based focus. It's about it's mainly about co-op teamwork. But in such a big environment where vehicles is pretty important, that's where it goes wrong. But I mean, to be fair, they're probably gonna iron things out with the vehicle driving in a few patches. Because I mean, bumps in the road, especially on a dirt bike, can send you flying. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've flown off my bike because I've hit a bump. It's honestly ridiculous. And the same thing with vehicles as well. Like there's even certain trees that you can actually go through, clip through, and it won't hurt. And then there's some that aren't. Customization in this game is also pretty well. There's a whole different array of machinery that you can kind of pick from to use as lethal weapons. Like as you can see, you can basically customize every single bit of the gun, from the barrel to the trigger mechanism to even the stock and colors of the weapons as well. And each different type of weapon has their own different type of attachments as well. Like as you can see, there's a shotgun with a long barrel. I can throw a grip on it. I can increase the magazine size. I can mess with the triggers. I can even screw around with the sight and make the gun kind of feel more tailored to more of my play style. And that's kind of a good touch of this game that it has. And I really like the customization. Player-wise as well as nice customization. As you can see, I look like a cowboy. I look like an outlaw, more of a cowboy really, but you get what I'm saying. You can do anything from military to casual to, as you can see, what I'm doing right there. That's a real big plus, as well as skill customization as well. You get to customize your operator with all these, or ghost, I should say, with all these different types of skills and abilities that they can do. Like, if you want your drone to be able to heal your allies, no problem. You want to be a better sniper? We got you. You want to play alone? Well, hang on. Let us buff your AI teammates. You want to have bigger explosion radius? Bam! There you go. You just got to unlock a few certain things. In order to get the epic skills off to the side, you got to put 1 point in each skill in each tree, in that tree in order to get that skill for it. Like, see here, I had to get all those medic skills, or all those drone skills in order to get the medical drone.